Hi guys, Froglover here. So today I'm going to do a book review of all the herpetology books that I like. Also guys, Editor Me here. Happy Frog Day! How did I forget to say that in the video? Ugh. Anyway, happy Frog Day! So guys, Frog Day is March 20th, and I just wanted to say happy Frog Day to all of you guys. I hope you have a great day, and go play outside. Anyway, let's continue with the video. Okay guys, so the first book that we have for today is, the book is, sorry, no, don't fall. Okay guys, so the first book that we have for today is Amphibians and Reptiles of Georgia. So I live in Georgia, some of you may or may not know that, but so this is a very comprehensive guide to all the amphibians of reptiles in Georgia. So it's just in Georgia, so if you don't live in Georgia, I don't recommend getting this unless you plan to be moving to Georgia. But if you do live in Georgia, then great, you have this whole guide that's super comprehensive. This is about $20, and I mean, I feel that it's really worth it for the price. However, it is not a field guide, so you really can't take it with you because it's a giant, really thick book. I mean, the cover is amazing. Has a frog, a pickerel frog, and a snake. I don't know what snake that is. Anyway, so it has about all the reptiles and amphibians of Georgia, and it also has it actually tells what counties they're in, and has several pictures of them. So they have juvenile pictures and male and female pictures if the male and females are different from each other. And so yeah, it's very comprehensive, and I would say it's worth it. It also has a vocalization download thing. If you go to the website, that has a download, you can download all the choruses of the frogs, and to listen to yourself. So it tells you which one it is, and then you can listen into it. Okay guys, so the next book I have here is the Peterson Field Guide to Reptiles and Amphibians of Eastern and Central North America. So, also if you were wondering, this is my sound frog, like Mario. He's my sound guy, so he holds all my mics and stuff, and he's currently falling off. And so the Peterson Field Guide to Reptiles and Amphibians is a very comprehensive field guide. So it's a field guide. It's pretty small, like I would say like 6 inches, like 6 or 7 inches tall, and really like 3 inches thick, and about 4.5 inches long. So yeah, it can almost fit on your pocket, but it can't completely. So it's great for like if you're hiking and you want to put in your backpack or a little knapsack or something like that. And so this is very comprehensive. It has where it is. It doesn't have the counties, but it has the specific areas. It has several pictures, but the only problem with that is the pictures are little plates. So the only problem that I really see, that I don't like plates that much, because I like to see the actual pictures of them so I know what they are. Sometimes like some of them have pictures, a decent bit of them have pictures, but not all of them. See, they have plates which are actually drawn out, but the plates, I just prefer actual pictures to drawn out versions of them. I mean, don't get me wrong, the artist is really good who drew these, like amazing, but still I prefer actual images. But yeah, so they do have a Peterson app too, so like if you buy the book, you can take it on with you with your phone. And they also have, Peterson is amazing with their field guides. They have tons of field guides. They have a field guide to fishes, they have a field guide to birds, trees, plants, whatever, you name it, they have a field guide for it. So any kind of wildlife. they have a field guide for. And then so I also have, there's this lizards book, and this book is just like a at-home book for kids. I would say ages 7 to 10. It does have a lot of pictures, so that's very helpful. And it's just all about lizards. So it's not really reptiles and amphibians, it's just about lizards, but it's a really good book. And so this is another really good book. So it's the Encyclopedia of Reptiles and Amphibians. So it is very comprehensive. They actually has pictures and it has plates too. It's a good mix of them. So I like mixes of them are really good because they show like artists drawing it and then the actual pictures, because sometimes the backgrounds of the pictures can be distracting. And then so I have, there's lots of pictures, and sometimes it has locations of certain special species. And there's a lot of it's just a really good guide. It is not a field guide to also, really, unless they're like the Petersons, they're not going to be field guides really. But it's really good to study at home. So it has a lot of plates and like just like diagrams showing the species and like what they do, what they eat, where they're found. It's very, very helpful. That's like I found that for like $3 on thrift books, and probably find it for, I'd say, $5 or $7 on Amazon. I haven't looked, but it's really good. And then there's also this one, the Field Herping Guide. This book, if you were to get like all of these books, if you were to pick all of the ones I've showed you and the other ones I still have, if you were to pick two, I would say this one and the Peterson Field Guide, because so this talks all about herpetology and field herping. So that's what I do. Herpetology is the study of it, reptiles and amphibians, but you have to there is a herpetology degree, and to be like a herpetologist who can actually study them in the wild and stuff and have special permissions, you have to be an actual herpetologist. But field herping can be done by any person, anywhere. And so this is very, very useful. So it talks about where to find them. It talks about habitats, what they eat, the kind of nets to use, kinds of traps to use, where you should put them, what containers you should store them in. And it has it's so awesome. It's amazing. The Field Herping Guide. And then, so the next book I have is, so this is actually kind of an old book. You can't really get it much. You can find it on Amazon probably for like $10, but I don't know if they have it on Amazon still, but they have it on thrift books, I'm pretty sure. So it's the Frogs and Toads of North America. So this was actually the first herpetology book I ever got. So, because I saw it at some kind of museum somewhere, and it was $21, but now it's a lot cheaper, probably because it's old. So this is super helpful because it has a CD of the calls in the back of it. However, if you don't have a CD player, sadly they really don't make CD players much anymore. But you can still look up the calls up online. But they have a lot of pictures. They even have pictures of the underside and places where it's located. And each page has at least one picture. And if there's multiple subspecies, it has pictures of the subspecies and tells what subspecies they are. And so, yeah, it's very, very helpful. It's what really, I guess, kind of got me into herping. Or I guess it's really like kind of what got me into field herping. It's just an awesome guide. Mine is a little bit torn up on the top and around the bottom because I've used it so much. And then another one is the Reader's Digest, North American Guide to Wildlife. So this one is really helpful because it doesn't tell every single wildlife guide. Like this is just reptiles and amphibians. It's that thick. This is supposed to be whole wildlife, but it's that thick. If there was an actual guide to all the North American wildlife, it would be like that thick and that tall, because there's so much, and people are discovering new species like every week. So it's just adding and adding and adding and adding and adding, especially plants, because there's tons of just plants, like plants that pollinate each other, and then they create a new kind of plant, and it's crazy how much species there are. But yeah, this has a lot of it. Most of it is just wildflowers. Like this whole section is wildflowers, and then it has like mushrooms and shrubs and birds and fish and trees and insects and mollusks. So this is just a general guide. It does not have every single bit of it in it, which is, I mean, like, if it did have every single bit of it in it, that would be like, I would buy it. But they don't make those, because who would want to buy like that big book? I mean, I would, but personally. But anyway, and then so the last book I have is, oh wait a minute, a message from our sponsors. Okay guys, so just a quick message to make sure to subscribe, because we are almost at 50 subscribers, and at 50 subscribers there will be something special happening. I'm not going to tell you exactly what, but it's going to be awesome. And make sure to like the video, because a lot of people, I mean, I get a lot of people watching, and a lot of people say, hey, your video's awesome and stuff, but they don't like the video. So liking the video helps to get it out to more people, and so that more people can learn about this awesome stuff. Anyway, guys, so the last one I have is, so some of you may or may not know, but I am a Christian, and so this is a really good book. So it's Extant Archons, Amphibian Reptiles. So this really, if you didn't know, Extant Archons means basically so that the kinds of animals I think were on the ark. So if you're a Christian, this would be a good book for you. And so it has, or even if you're not a Christian, I mean, it has a lot of pictures like of crazy reptiles and amphibians all around the world. So they have like a hairy frog, which actually has little pieces of hair. Sorry, that's my dog's. Well, that's my dog, and then my uncle's dog. Hush! Hush! Sorry. Anyways, but yeah, it has all kinds of frogs, like the Goliath frog and the giant African bullfrog, the glass frog. Has a lot of frogs and reptiles and amphibians. Like some of them you wouldn't even like imagine, like, how is this possible that these exist? And like they have, for example, the marine iguana that actually eats salt. Like so it eats seaweed, but seaweed has so much salt in it that it actually throws up salt, like just piles of salt, which is gross and awesome at the exact same time, and I love it. Okay, guys, so yeah, that is the last book. I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me just leave my hush. And I hope you guys will consider subscribing, and hopefully you guys. Okay, guys. So that's the last book that I have for you guys today, and so I hope you guys enjoyed. And anyway, I have to show you some dog pictures before we end the video. So bye, guys. Missy.